Greetings, YouTube, and welcome to Blade Eve Day. I am so incredibly excited for the entire community to have one last chance to pick up the 4-star version of Blade. If you have never grinded in the arena before and you have a large amount of champions, or even if you don't have a large amount of champions and you have a large amount of units to spare, and certainly time, I cannot emphasize enough to you how big of a deal it will be for you to progress in the game if you do not have a 4-star Blade and you get him in the arena. This will be, by all accounts, until he comes back again, and to my knowledge, for the rest of this calendar year, they have not announced that he will be coming back after these couple of rounds starting May 17th. You will benefit so much. You will save so many potions, so many revives, and you will just overall enjoy the game more if you have a Blade on your roster that's more than just a 3-star Blade. So I will be grinding for him. I still don't know if it'll be round 1 or round 2, because round 2 typically is not as high of a score, but who knows? It might be fun to do a round 1 try so I can do a video seeing if my score was high enough, because I always like to do videos that can benefit my channel and give you some content. So if you have not grinded in the arena before, the first thing you're going to wonder is, well, what arena is it? Now, obviously, when this comes out, you'll see Blade's picture, but in general, you have what's called the featured arena in both the 5 and 4-star form. So in this case, it is Infinity War Captain America. And then you've got this other champ kind of just awkwardly, in this case, I haven't started the arena, awkwardly there as a 4-star, and this is called the 4-star basic arena, and in this case it's the Nightcrawler. So even though I haven't done this round, and I won't, I'm going to enter just so I can show you the best thing about this video, or the purpose of this video really, and that's to get the infinite streak. Now, the infinite streak is a term that the community uses to describe a certain point where, as long as you use champions that have high enough PI or player index rating, you will fight champions of a similar rating that you can realistically defeat and continue that streak, and continue, most importantly, that 3 times multiplier to maximize the points that you get in every fight in the arena. So hopefully after, over 100, maybe even over 200 fights, you're able to achieve enough points to get Blade. I also am going to say, kind of controversially, that if you can afford to do this, this would be the weekend to turn on Suicide Masteries to up your PI as much as possible to maximize the amount of points you get per fight. I realize that might tick some people off, because that does give, depending on the fight, you a significant disadvantage on Alliance War defense, and Alliance War is so important in the game. But if you're going for Blade and you want more points, that and then just boost like crazy. You've got a bunch of spare 20, 30, hell, even 10% boosts, and you want to gain some more points, use them before you go into the arena. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to categorize this video from fights from 0 to 5, 5 to 10, and 10 to 15, with a couple of exceptions thrown in. Now, what's nice about this 4-star basic arena that's not in the 4-star featured arena is twofold. One, you can use, as I continue to scroll down to show you, hi, Civil Warrior, not talking about you right now. You can use, come on. Why don't I just do that? There we go. You can use 3-star champs. And that is pretty cool, because I don't care how long you've been playing the game, especially if you've been playing for at least 6 months, you've got a fair amount of 3-star champs, and hopefully they're ranked up to their max ranking. And so I would say, if you have a small amount of 4-star champs, to use mostly 3-star champs, if not all 3-star champs, in fights 0 through 5. Now, you want to maximize your synergy bonuses. You want to not only get high PI, but like Phoenix, not a great attacker. I'll even like fighting with Mordo. Now, people like Stark Spidey, great. Obviously, Mephisto, Blade, Ghost Rider, those synergies, Archangel. I would recommend that you use just 3 stars in fights 0 to 5 to maximize your ability to benefit the most with your points with your 4 stars, which are worth more than 3 stars, but also to just use the champions you've got. Now, once you get to fight 6 through 10, there's 2 different options you can use. Because if you're me, the rule is going to be very different than the rule for somebody that doesn't have a 650 plus rating I should say 650K plus rating. I'm pretty sure everybody has 650 rating. You are going to scroll down, and I would recommend that you use 4 stars in fights 5 through 10, or at least 5 through 8, if you're worried about this, you don't have that many fights, that are at least in the 3000 PI or rank 3 out of 5. I have about 3 to 4 synergy teams that I use for my rank 3 4-star team, and they help me between fights 5 through 10. Now, this will help you in terms of points, and this will also help you in terms of gaining that number to 10. Now, I want to warn you, if you bring in a casual team of garbage 4 stars in fights like 9 and 8, let's say you bring this Unawakened Phoenix and Satan herself, Kamala Khan, and Hulkbuster, 3 of the worst champions in the game, and the game decides to pair you with 3 champions that are all 5,000 rating. Let's say it's a lot of the choices I'll see are Cable, MODOK, and Mordo. That's going to be a really hard 3 fights for you, and chances are you could lose your streak. So just be aware that if you have 3 of your better 4 stars, especially people like one of my favorite synergy teams, Symbiote Spider-Man, Storm, and Cyclops. That's a great team. Even like Crossbones. I love Civil Warrior, despite a lot of people's hatred of him because I use a special 2 to drain power. And like Red Hulk. Use champs like that. Now, if you get to fight 10 and you have enough rank 5 4 stars, I would recommend that you do fights 10 to 15 with your best 4-star champs. And I actually think I've played around with this, that if you have rank 5 4 stars, starting at fight 8, you will get the basically easy to appear, and you'll have a higher PI than the enemy. But the problem is, if you don't have enough teams of 3 that are rank 5 4-star champs, and let's say you have 2 or 3 teams and you go from fight 9, 10, and 11, and then you go back down to rank 4 4-stars for fight 12, you're going to be shooting yourself in the foot because you're going to bring a 4,000 PI champ against like a 7,000 PI champ. And not that you can't win, but you're going to cause yourself a lot of small. It's going to be a small margin for error, first of all, but it's also going to be the case where if you just waited and used those rank 5 4-stars, you would have much easier fights. You want to save your rank 5 4-stars if possible, unless you've got arena refills ready to use, all the way until you get to fight number 15. And then once you get to your winning streak of fight number 15, I would recommend from fights 15 to 20 to use just rank 5 and rank 4 4-stars. And then once you get, actually even like safely to rank, probably fight 18, you can use those rank 3 4-stars. But this is going to be very important. If there's one point I want you to remember in this video, among all else, it's that even when you get your infinite streak and you can use all of your awesome 4-star champs, these rank 5s, these rank 4s, rank 3s, do not use any champion in the infinite streak if you want to keep building it and maximizing your points below rank 3 for a 4-star. Because there have been times where I have accidentally thrown in a couple of 3 stars or even a rank 2 4-star before I rank them up. And that will trigger the algorithm in the arena schematics to bring back those really hard fights that you would have fought unless you had rank 5 4-star champions in fights 10 through 15. So I say that to say, like, let's say that you think to yourself, man, this is awesome. I've got this infinite streak going. I'm going to bring in 3 stars of Mephisto, Blade, and Ghost Rider. It could take those 3-star champs, and then it could turn around and make you fight an 8,000 PI MODOK and a 6,000 PI Cable and a 6,500 PI Mordo. And unless you fight perfectly and have some incredible skills along with a little bit of luck, you're going to end your streak and have to restart your arena infinite streak from 0. So just to recap, I would highly recommend, especially if you don't have the highest 4-star roster, to do fights 0 through 5 with your 3-star champs. And I want to add, if you're really worried about your lack of 4 stars and you have just a small amount of rank 5 4 stars, I would use your best God tier 3 stars in the last couple of fights of like fight 8 and fight 9. But then once you get to fights 10 through 15, please, please, please remember to only use your rank 5 4 stars. And then once you get to round 15, or win streak of 15, and I guess it's technically round 16, you can go back to using those rank 4 stars, but only use teams of them from, or better, obviously, from fights 16 to 18. And I think once you get up to your win streak of 19, it's safe to use those rank 3 4 stars, but don't use any rank 2 4 stars or 3 stars after that, or else the chance of you losing your infinite streak goes up significantly. And I also just want to point out, it's called the infinite streak for PI, but that doesn't mean that you can suck in your fights and continue your streak. You still got to pay attention. You still can't slack. You still have to be smart. But the point of this is to get as many points as possible for Blade in this 4-star basic arena. I want everybody to have a shot at Blade. And my next video that will be appearing on the channel probably around 6 o'clock Central Time is going to be the chance for you to just comment your screen name, your user game ID. So in my case, you can see it's Prof Hoff. Whatever it is for you is what it is for you. And then just your prediction to the decimal point of what you think he will go for in the first round of the 4-star basic arena. And then whoever gets closest, first prize will be 400 units worth of items from me, and then second prize will be 100 units. And as always, it's free to enter. You just have to comment on that video, not this one. If you comment on this video, it's not going to matter. You got to comment on the other one. All right, thanks for watching, YouTube. Good luck with the infinite streak. I really hope that this video helps you maximize your chance to get him. And if you need to rank up champions to improve your chance of having points, or if you need to flip around your masteries to get those suicide mastery points going, I would just recommend that you do that before you start the streak. And you might want to give your alliance members heads up so they're not super ticked off that suddenly they place one of your guys as like a mini boss in Alliance War and you lose because of that recoil damage that happens with suicides. Again, thanks for watching, YouTube, and good luck with your Blade grind this weekend.